I am hesitant to attack the character of others, especially in video format. However, the ceaseless disrespect and dishonest jabs Matt Powell has sent my way have changed the rules of engagement between us. I no longer feel that showing charity to him is appropriate. Matt Powell is a fundamentalist Christian and pastor. He is also a rampant homophobe, an anti-transgender bigot, and a dishonest liar. In fact, he will probably see this video and take snippets of it to make fun of me, or present my words in such a way as to change their meaning. He has done this before. Matt will be a part of at least one upcoming video on my channel, and I will be misgendering and misnaming him. Given I am a staunch trans rights advocate and am trans myself, my deliberate misgendering of Matt may seem hypocritical. So, let me explain as briefly as possible why I'm doing this. I feel this is especially important given the extreme abuse of trans people we are seeing throughout the United States at the time of writing. Some time ago, I made a video definitively refuting Matt's "dinosaurs farted themselves to death" claim. Matt responded to this video by downloading it, editing out the portions of it proving he is wrong, and reposting it with edits. The audio differences between the videos on my channel and his are due to me re-uploading it without a filter on my voice. And he seems so sincere and learned and approachable because of his baby face and Christian reputation. He's sort of like a discount Ben Shapiro, except he looks maybe taller, and he trades fast speech for close associations with militant homophobes. As usual, he spews his fatuity with such conviction that it's easy to think he knows what he's talking about if you have no knowledge of the subject. He's sort of like a Ben Shapiro, except he looks maybe taller. So here I am, watching this, and I think to myself, Willow, you really need to get to the bottom of this. In this video, I prominently displayed an email which contained my signature. It included my pronouns, she/her. So I know he is aware of my pronouns and my name because he watched my video and has visited my channel. Matt uses the wrong name for me, calling me Cyber Wolf Demon over and over instead of Willow. In a comment on him or Kent Hoven's channel, I forget which and I cannot find the comment, I corrected someone's incorrect gendering of me. In response, Matt mentioned me in a video with Kent. He again called me the wrong name and stated, "He's trans now," in reference to my comment stating I am a woman.
The wolf guy. Who was that wolf guy with the voice thing you had on there?
Cyber Wolf Demon. Yeah, he's strange. Well, he's trans now. He commented on here and said, "Well, I'm a woman. Thank you very much." So.
Oh.
This once again displays that Matt won't afford me the simple dignity of actually using my name or proper pronouns. In addition, though he was simply assuming I was trans, he was deliberately misgendering me again if I was. Unfortunately, Matt didn't know that I am trans, so his conduct throughout this exchange was severely hurtful. Worse, because I am homosexual, Matt believes I am a disgusting criminal and wants me and people like me murdered.
And as far as homosexuality goes, I believe the Bible puts a death penalty on it. I believe it's disgusting. And incidentally, every scientific test has come back and said that homosexuals are 50 more times likely to get AIDS.
But now, did you used to mention something? You don't believe that gay people should be stoned to death, do you?
Well, I believe the Bible puts a death penalty on it. Obviously, not by me or by anybody, in our regular society. Obviously, I believe it's the government's job to execute criminals, and I believe that the Bible says clearly that homosexuality is a criminal crime. It's a crime. It's one of the worst crimes ever.
I mean, it's good that we're not a theocracy, right? Because we're not a theocracy in this country. So you don't believe our government should be able to dictate that we stone gay. Is that what you're advocating for? Is that our government should stone gays to death?
I don't. By whatever means they execute people, and obviously I believe in humane, putting to death.
I think that's a contradiction. What you're saying, humane. You can't use the word humane and then say you're going to kill people who are gay.
Right, but the thing is, I mean, whatever our government says, as far as like for a death penalty, I think should go for them.
Why? Wait, wait. So no, but you're saying you agree that the government should create laws that, in order to execute gay people. That's what you're telling me?
Absolutely.
I want Matt to specifically apologize to me for deliberately, repeatedly refusing me the simple dignity of referring to me with the proper name, pronouns, and sex. I also want an apology for wanting homosexuals like me dead. Until then, I'm going to refuse him what he has refused me. I shall refer to him as Maddie Powellette, with the pronouns she/her. This is meant to drive home the point that misgendering people makes them uncomfortable, and that invalidating such a basic facet of someone's identity goes a long way toward dehumanizing them. There is a difference between being ignorant of the proper language to use for trans people, messing up their pronouns accidentally, and deliberately using incorrect language in an attempt to invalidate who trans people are at the most basic level. This is what Maddie is doing, and I'm past the point of being respectful to people like her who choose to continue this behavior after being corrected. Trans people are real, valid, and deserve respect. Science overwhelmingly backs up the need for gender-affirming care, as well as the tremendously positive effects it has for those that need it. Yet trans people are still fighting to simply have our names be respected in public. At the time of writing, the governor of Texas has outlawed gender-affirming care and labeled it child abuse, subjecting the parents of trans children to investigations by the state and the likely removal of their children from their care. Bills discriminating against trans adults and children have been introduced en masse throughout the United States in the past few years with increasing frequency. A sitting U.S. Congresswoman, Marjorie Taylor Greene, recently called for the public beating of trans people while repeatedly misgendering a trans woman.
It's straight evil. First off, if I was a parent and my 5th grade daughter had to sleep and shower in some kind of cabin at some summer camp that I paid money to send my child to, and there was a man calling himself a woman sleeping in her cabin, showering with her, that guy he'd be in jail. He would be in jail. Well, first off, my husband would have beat him into the ground, and then he'd be in jail. But this is exactly how we need to stand up against this stuff. And then the men, this guy, Leah Thompson, I'm sorry, that's William, and he's not a she, he's a he. He should not be competing in women's swimming. No, but here's what we have to do. We have to draw the line in the sand and say we are not willing to cross it. This is such perversion, but it's also grooming children. It's grooming them to believe things that are lies and that are completely wrong. No, children are not born a certain way thinking they're another gender. It's their parents that are training them that way.
This is simple bigotry, rapidly approaching ethnic cleansing. People like Maddie, who choose to misgender and misname trans people like myself, no longer have my respect. I do not advocate for violence except in self-defense. But that doesn't mean I have to be respectful to people who are willfully cruel to me. If they will not treat me with dignity, I will not treat them with dignity. Fuck you, Maddie.